Welcome, everyone. Let us get going. Core on the floor. Good morning. Core without the floor. Sorry. Core without the floor. Everything's going to be seated today. I am Ron. Let's get started. You might have seen me pointing. Ears, shoulders, hips, all in alignment. You're looking right straight out in front of you. We're going to start with just a march, bringing the foot up. Heel first, then the ball of the foot. Nice and slow. So what you're working on here is getting a feel for those shoulder blades back, making sure you've got that neutral posture. All exercises should be done from neutral. What you don't want is for the shoulders to roll forward, which happens really easy. So be careful with that. I have to keep reminding myself, it happens a little bit all the time. You got to bring the shoulder blades back. I get this little hunch and I'm not even knowing that I'm doing it. I'll figure out the words, don't worry. Bring them up a little higher, feeling the hip flexors do the work to lift. Quadriceps, keeping that knee bent at a 90. And we're going to do a heel dig out and out. Again, you're taking that foot away from the body, so you've got lever length there. Make sure you're not following it out with the torso or bending at the upper back to get that foot out a little farther. Doesn't matter how far out it goes. Just work on these quadriceps, warm them up as they contract, taking that lower leg and bringing it out. And a couple more. One here and in, here and back. So we do these timed. So take your time. You don't have to go at my pace. You go at your own pace. Work as long as you can. Next one we're going to do is forward kicks, up and out, in and back down. This one you really want to be careful of the back. So as you lift that leg up, only go as far as you can go, keeping those shoulder blades back, in and down. So you don't want to lean forward into this. Keep a little curve in the lower part of the back. So 2 steps, heel up, ball the foot, and then kick in and back down. As you kick, make sure that leg is straight all the way out. Toe, knee, and hip all in alignment. Up and kick. As you bring the foot up, bring the arms up and back down again. Up, over the top, and down. Check your posture. This one, it's really easy to start losing it. You want those shoulder blades back. And again, 2 steps with the leg. Lift as the foot extends, bring the arms up and back down. Up, in and down. Out. And right there, bring it down on the sides. We're going to go into a hip hinge. So coming down underneath, arms all the way back. Really work on those shoulder blades being back on this one. And arms forward, bring them up. Use the arms, shoulder blades to help you come back up again. As you roll the shoulder blades back, arms back as far as you can get them. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders, through the chest, through the front of the shoulders and the sides. Reaching back and up. Couple more times down. Hip hinge and bring it up. Last one. So here we're working the lower back. Not making it do all the work though. You're bringing the arms up first, staying in that neutral position, and then bring it up over the top. Arms down in the sides. Tap out to the sides. Working on making sure those hips stay forward. Sits bones don't move. Just that foot comes out, taps, and back in again. Only go out as far as is comfortable for you, as far as that leg will go. If you catch yourself turning in the chair as you tap out, don't go so far. You're starting to feel stretch through the inner thighs. Outer part of the hips, those abductor muscles are working to pull that leg out. And in, out, and back, and back. And we're there. We're going to bring knee up and back down. So as you bring that leg up, shoulder blades are back. Hold on to the back of the chair if you need to, or the seat. Lightly, don't grab on and do all the work with the arms. Make the core do the work to keep yourself up. And tuck that leg and back down. So you bring the knee up as high as you can. Stops there. One last squeeze with an exhale and back down, working the lower abs, muscles from the belly button down to the hips. Up and squeeze and down. Bring it up, roll it in, and back. A couple more. Just keep doing those for just a second here. Keep going, just because I'm not there. All right, with that, arms up overhead, shoulder blades back. As you lift the knee, arms come down, shoulder blades stay back. Really important, get the form on this one. Take it nice and slow. Knee up, shoulder blades back, squeeze, getting the upper abs to bring the shoulders forward as you look right out in front of you. Lower abs work to bring that hip up and that little hip tuck. And up. Pull down, contract the muscles in the arms, make fists down and squeeze as you exhale. That last little punch there, you get all the air out of the lungs. Down and up. And couple more. So here we're working the upper and lower abs at the same time. Squeeze it. Ooh. And back again. We're going to take right here, arms or shoulders back. We're going to take keeping the shoulders in a straight line, rolling the shoulders just a little bit, and bring it back again. To the side, chin follows chest around, shoulders stay in a straight line. If you want, hands out to the sides, elbows out, hands together, keeping the shoulder blades back, and then do that rotation, looking out over the fist and back to center. Make sure that you're not rolling the hips or rolling the sits bones on the chair. You want to just come around, shoulders only, rotating through the middle of the back, and bring it back to center. Other side, and bring it in. We're going to do knee up, rotation, and back down again. Really important. You keep the shoulder blades back. Keeping this core nice and tight as you rotate. Using the lower abs to lift the legs. Using the obliques to turn you. Don't let this happen. Don't let the knee drop in. It's really easy to do. It collapses in. As you turn this way, it's much easier to let the knee drop. Don't do that. Work those outer hip muscles to keep the knee straight. Again, core goes from the bottom of the hips to the bottom of the rib cage. So working those obliques on the side as well as the outer hips, the abductor muscles, and back, and back. Check that out. Same thing, same basic principle. Bringing the arms down and then rotating as if you're rowing a boat or a canoe. This would be more of a canoe, not a boat. And up. Just get the feel for that. Shoulder blades are back. Coming down, rotating the shoulders. Exhale as you do it. Everything else stays right straight forward. And up. Squeeze. And up. And knee up as you do it. Knee stays straight, coming around. Lower abs, bring the knee up. Obliques turn you around. Upper abs, make sure that you're taking that chest as you bring that arm down and squeezing, bring it out front of you. Keep looking right out front and out. When you get rid of all that air in the lungs, it takes all of the muscles in the core to squeeze up and get the air out of the lungs. So you're automatically going to get those obliques, those upper abs as you make that rotation. Couple more. One more, other side, balance it out, squeeze it, and bring it back. So we talked about outer hips are part of that core, bringing the right foot up, out to the side. Knee and toe have to stay in alignment. That is absolutely crucial to strengthening up those muscles all the way down both sides of the legs, up and out. Outer leg has to work to pull it out, keeping it straight, in and down. Stay on this side. So be really careful on this one. Up, out. Don't let your shoulders go forward to get that leg out just a little bit farther. Shoulders stay back, up, out. You're not going to get as far. If you stay in neutral, that leg is not going to come up, but what you're going to feel are these muscles working in the outside of the hip. Out, in, and down. Don't have to come up very high off the floor. Keep that other leg stationary. This is really going to help you. It's a brace leg that's going to keep the hips from turning as well. Up and out. If that knee starts to cave in, then you know that the hips are going with it. In and down. Hip flexor lifts the leg. Quadriceps keep the knee at a 90. Abductor muscles on the outside of the hip pull. Inner thigh to bring it back in. Other side. So get set first, get your neutral position. We probably lost it just a little bit on that last set. So here, take your time. Check the shoulders, make sure they're back. Make sure you've got that curve in the lower back. Up and out, knee and toe, all in alignment as you go out and back in again. Hip flexor, quadriceps, abductor muscle pulling. Contracting, making it shorter, bringing that leg out. Inner thigh, nice and tight to bring it back in and down. I really lost form on that one. I was leaning out to the side. Don't do that. Leaning out to the side to get that leg out farther. It's not how far that leg can go out. It's about maintaining core strength. Remember, not moving means all of the muscles are contracting to hold you in place. So by not moving them, we're working those muscles just as hard as the muscles in the leg that are moving. And back down. One more time. Up, out, in, and down. Arms up front. As that right leg goes out, right arm goes out. Bring it in and down. Other side, up, out. Exhale here. Feel the obliques. As you turn, bring it back. Check your posture. Shoulder blades back before you start on that next one. Around, in, and down. Whoa. These muscles in the legs have to work so hard to hold that right there where it is. And in, up, out, in, and down. We're going to get a little more aggressive on these obliques on the side of the core of the abs. Around, turning the torso, exhale, in, and back down, up, and down. Take your time with it. Up, really concentrating on knee, toe being in alignment. Shoulder blades are back. Yes, they are now. And back in, up, around, shoulder blades back, bring it around, and back down again. Going back to the obliques outside of the core. Fists up, reach. Shoulder girdle moves together. So that back shoulder goes back as the front shoulder goes front. Out and in. Out and back. So obliques doing the work. Every other muscle holding you right in place. Keep everything from the ribs down in place right there and back in. So don't just reach across, roll the shoulder blades around or roll the shoulders and back in. Heel dig out and bring it back in again. Leg comes up, right straight out in front as you roll the shoulders back in and down. Hip flexors lift, quadriceps extend, in and down. Muscles work on both sides, inside and outside of the leg, to hold that leg straight all the way out and all the way back in again. And back, up, obliques rotate, around, and back in. Last one. Nope, one more on the other side. Again, balance. Left and right, and bring it back in. Next one we're going to do, just nice and easy. Out, heel back, squeeze these muscles in the back of the thigh. Out. Quadriceps work to extend that leg out. Hamstrings in the back of the thigh work to bring it in. So it's out and in. We're going to take arms up at a diagonal, shoulder blades back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring that foot in. Squeeze the hamstrings and drop it down. Other side out. So here we're working the shoulder blades at lower back. Keep that curve in the lower back. This really sets yourself up from proper form. Whoops. And back. Can't talk. And do these at the same time. Squeeze and down. Out. Shoulder blades back. Get that heel up as high as you can. And out. And in. Last one. And bring the elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And down. We're going to go with that toe tap again. So start out with just out and in, out. Outside of the hip doing the work here. Lift that out. Core, hip muscles, glutes, all working to keep the hips from moving. Out and in. As you step out, reach. The same leg that goes out, arm goes out. Don't let the knee collapse. Keep it out there to the side. You want that stretch all the way down the side. Reach, turning the shoulders, and bring it back in. So it's step out, roll the shoulders, so that back shoulder comes around, whoops, out to the side, sorry, and back, out to the side, reach, and bring it back in. Out, up and around, and back. Stationary leg, feel the floor underneath the foot. Complete surface contact with the ground, and back. Cue in on the hip bones, making sure, or those sits bones, making sure you're not twisting at the same time, and bring it back in. My tongue is having problems getting caught up in my teeth. Out and back. One more time, other side. Reach up and bring it back. We're going to go into a wide stance here. Hip hinge first, hands on the thighs. Bringing the shoulder blades back as you come forward. So it's kind of starting with the chest, shoulders stay where they are, coming right straight down, knees stay over the ankles, don't let them fall in. Down, use the hands for the first one here, push back up. Down, shoulder blades are back. And come up. So that crossbody reach we did, we're going to do that again. Feet in, hip width apart, pointing forward, step out on one side. This time, shoulder comes down, shoulder girdle rotates, reach in that hip hinge we just did, and then bring it back up. Arms up overhead. We're going to get a little more aggressive with this. Step out, rotate the shoulders, reach, and back. How far you can go with that reach is really up to your body. Rotate, bring it back in, stance leg. As you step out with that one, make sure that this stays flat on the floor, that opposite leg, rolling the shoulder blades without the hips moving. Up, there's so much to this one. Out. That's why we save it till we're almost done. Around and back. Out and back in again. We should take a break. Grab a drink of water and we will finish up here. We'll do this quickly. So the first thing we're going to do is just feet out wide. Shoulder blades are back. Start out by grabbing the back of the chair or the seat. So this one's a little tougher. I want you to get in that position first. Hold yourself there, what it feels like to be in the right position as you bring that knee up and back down. Going to alternate. So it's really important here is that you keep knee, toe, hip all in alignment and back down. Other side. Stance leg stays in alignment as well, or that brace leg. Up and back down. If you can, now that you've got the feeling for it, kind of lightening up on the seat, and up. Doesn't matter how high that knee comes up. Working the outside of the hips, keeping the legs out, feeling the stretch through the inner thighs, which is a really good thing because those are tight muscles. Out, because we don't do this very often, getting those legs out like this. Up and back, up, up, and walk the legs in. Hands up over the head, over the fingers behind the back of the head. Make sure that that elbows back as far as they'll go, shoulder blades squeeze together. Right here, we're going to come down on the side into a side bend and back up. Keep looking right straight out in front of you as you do this so that you're not pushing the head down. Out and back. Elbows stay back. Ears over shoulders. Down and up. Working those obliques to pull us down. Drop those shoulder blades. Squeeze those muscles underneath the shoulder blades. Pulling the hips down toward shoulder blades down toward the hips. And up. We're going to do a combo move here. Out to the side. Lift as you come down. And then step it back in, other side. Out. Knee comes right straight up. You're not rotating going toward that knee. You're coming right down on the side and bringing it in. We're working all the way from the bottom of the hips up to the rib cage. The entire core section is involved here. Hip abductors bringing that leg out. Hip flexors working to lift the leg and up. Obliques working for that rotation in the leg as well as bringing the elbow down. Squeeze in and back. One more time on each side. Down and up, other side. Brace leg stays flat on the floor. And down. Keep them back here. We're going to do that rotation we did before. Hip hinge, down with rotation, and then back up again. Don't let the chin come any closer to the chest. Keep it up, and rotations through the shoulder blades, through the upper half of the back, thoracic spine, doing the rotation, down. Don't let the knees cave in. Upper abs working, lower abs and obliques all together. And up, down, and up. One more time. Each side, down, and up. Remember that exhale. And back up again. Ooh. Shake that out. Feet apart. This time we're going to go into a hip hinge. We're going to try going a little deeper. Shoulder blades down. So starting right here, one hand on each side of the leg. Rotate the shoulder blades, coming down. So it's really a windmill. If you can keep those arms straight out to the side, you're coming down, shoulder blades stay back, arms stay in a straight line, and back up again. And up. So we're really taking our time because you want to feel these muscles work. Plus you want that exhale in there. Hold there. You're going to feel those obliques really working. And up. Other side. Shoulder blades stay back. Don't let yourself lean down. And the other thing is don't reach across with one arm. Try to keep those arms in a straight line all the way across. And up. And back. One more time. Each side. Down and up. Down and up. Feet out wide. Just going to bring up and back down. Inner thigh, hip flexor lifts the leg. Inner thigh works to bring that heel up, down and down, up, out, in and down. Hip abductors working to keep everything else in alignment. Knee and hip, right straight out, up, out, in and down. Wow, I can get the left leg up way higher than the right. That's pretty tight. And down, up. That helps when I go. Brings that knee up or that heel up higher. and back down, up and back down, arms behind the head, shoulder blades back. Get that little curve in the lower part of the back, up and rotate and bring it back and down. Find your posture every time, because when you come up, as you come forward, there's a really good chance you're going to bring that chin to the chest just a little bit. It's not going to be a lot. Down, up, hands out to the side, roll the shoulders, reach down to the heel, and bring it up. So we're getting more rotation through there now, through the upper back. Obliques have to work just a little bit harder to do the rotation. Down and up and back up. Arms down. Shake that out. Couple more here. Just extend the leg out. Heel taps the floor. Start here. Extended leg, shoulder blades back, chest is out. Lift and back down again. Really small move. Grab onto the chair if you need to. You still got that glute fold out right on the edge of the, or your butt's right out on the edge of the chair. And back down. Stance leg stays flat. Up and back down. Work right here in the hip flexor to lift that leg. Quadricep keeps that bend in the knee. Lower abs lifting, holding the back in place. That little hip tuck. And back down one more time. Up and back down. Bring it in. Other side. Out. I got to remember to get back into my neutral position every time. Bring it up and back down. And down. So one thing that I found that really helps with that, keeping your back in line in that neutral position, is palms out. As you roll the palms forward, roll the shoulder blades back, hold that, and just lift that leg up. It's so much easier to keep those shoulder blades back and keep you in neutral when you bring those shoulder blades together. And to activate those muscles in the upper back, we're turning the hands out. That external rotation brings the shoulder blades together, tightens up the muscles in the upper back. And down, up, and back down. One more time. Bring it up and back down. Here we go. We're going to stretch out. Palms of the hands, back of the chair. Your butt is right out on the edge of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades back. What you're going to feel is a stretch. Hip flexors up through the core. Roll it back. Deep breath in, pushing the stomach out. Feel those muscles stretch out. And hands on the thighs. Kind of going into a cat-cow here if you notice that. And back again. Hands on the chair. Roll the shoulder blades back. And you'll notice as you go into the cow part of this, or camel, that you'll feel those core muscles really engage to bring you down and squeeze the air at the same time. And bring it back. Okay, we got to be done. Right hand outside the left leg, grab onto the back of the chair. Shoulder blades are back. So let's not go so fast that we lose form. Bring it around, using the back arm, shoulder, rotate, and bring it back. So back shoulder's doing the work here. Hand across, holding that front arm right where it is, and then use that back shoulder. Roll it back. Shoulder blades back one more time. Great stretch all the way up the spine. Those extensor muscles right along the side of the spine work to do that rotation, and you're just going to feel that nice stretch all the way through. Come on down on top of the legs. Stretch out the lower back. Squeeze, get all the air out of the lungs. Arms up first, shoulder blades next. And remember, this is always, when you're coming up, it's how you should start out. Exhale as you come down. So anytime you're leaning down, picking something up, if you can, get the shoulder blades back. So if you've got something in your hands, shoulder blades come back and then lift up. Get the whole body involved in lifting you up, not just that lower back doing all the work. One more time. Down. And I'm sorry I've kept you long. I apologize. Bring it up. Deep breath in, stomach out, exhale, bringing the arms down. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you again next week or later this week, whenever you're in my next class. Thanks again for being here. You bet. Thank you guys. Thank you all for that extra minute. Thanks. You bet. Thank you guys. You're welcome. You bet. I get as much out of this as you do, you guys. You bet. Thank you.